What is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back, NHL 24, with our Pittsburgh Penguins GM mode. I know it's been a while since I uploaded this series, so I figured I would get a video for this ready to go after taking a few days off from getting any uploads, any streams going. So we are back here, 23-10. I did a quick refresher. One thing I really wanted to show before we started getting through was this next draft for us is going to be insane. We have, I think, two or three. I think we have 3 seconds, 3/3, and like 3/4. And look at this. In the off season, there were a ton of A+ or A scouts, so I was able to grab them all because of one thing. Our scout salary is $4 million. We were paying 2 scouts, I think, like over $1 million or something like that, which I had never really seen before. But it enabled us to go out and just sign a ton of really good scouts. So pretty much every scout that I could get that was an A that we really needed, I was able to snag them up. So hopefully this next coming year, there's a lot, and we can get more of them because we have $1 million still to spend. The computer didn't take that budget away from us, which is nice to see. The ownership really has a lot of faith in me. So this next draft could be a big one. Because of that, I probably won't really trade anything for any prospects, just because our lines are still pretty good. Just to give you guys a refresher, our top 2 lines are very solid. We have a very good third line, and then our fourth line is, I believe, serviceable. These guys could make a splash in the playoffs when we need them. They could maybe take one game. Crosby, Malkin, obviously, though. Celebrini on the top line, huge. And then Victor Hedman, our big free agent offseason acquisition. Goaltending, we're a little bit weakened. 84 overall, Blomqvist. We'll see if we want to address that at the trade deadline, but I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and get right into the simulation. 9-1 in our last 10. So we will not waste too much time getting into it here. Where is the trade deadline? We got a couple months. So we'll see. Like I said, we might just skip the trade deadline. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of action that I really want to do. Montreal, ooh, if you haven't checked out the testing the draft series, go check that one out. Montreal, yikes. Not a very good start here. We dropped 2 games in a row back to back, one to one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst. So let's see if we can recover from that here against Montreal Canadiens. We can, with a nice 2-1 victory. Keep skipping along here. See the Islanders, not nice, losing a game in the division. I was doing my Montreal accent for the last video, so it's probably still stuck around a little bit. 7 points back of the Montreal Canadiens, New York Islanders, yikes. And we're on a bit of a skid here. I don't like what I'm seeing from the boys. I take a little time off, and lo and behold, this is what we're coming back to. Let's skip just a few more games ahead. It might just be a little skid. There we go. Maybe course correct here a little bit for us. Okay, 2 in a row. We like that. We like that. Starting a trend. We make it 3. We can make it 3. Okay, so we're coming back there. We're creeping back up on the Islanders. And we still have a 10-point lead from 4th place. Yeah, we're 10 points into the playoffs too, which is very comfortable. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Let's go through these next 3 games on a 3-game win streak. We lose it against Vegas. Now we're on a 2-game losing streak after a 5-2 loss to Boston. Tanev, no, we don't want to trade him. I think he'll be a nice one. But Merzlikins, what's his overall? Is he nice with it? They're giving me a 2nd-round pick back, so probably not. 84 overall, yeah, wouldn't really be improving our goaltending room too much. So we will pass on that. Although that might be something I look into, because we do have a young defenseman scratched right now who I wouldn't mind playing over someone like Tanev, especially if he drops come trade deadline time. So let's go ahead, skip through this week, and then I'm going to take a look at the overalls, see if everybody is still hanging on. Carlson might be an 81 by this point in the season, which is why we might be struggling so much. But we're not doing bad. 31-17. I'm not going to complain too much about that. We just got to get into the playoffs, and anything can happen. But let's take a look at how the boys are doing. Any overall changes that I noticed? Malkin dropped an overall. Frankie Vetrano might have dropped 1. Bros, yeah, I think he was an 83 before. Ooh, see, what happened here? Carlson all of a sudden doesn't fit on the top line. Yikes. Or is it Hedman that doesn't fit? That's interesting. Can we have anybody up there to play? What about... Wow, what is going on? What happened? Hedman doesn't fit on the top line anymore? Carlson apparently doesn't fit anywhere. Let's maybe move Tanev up. He's an offensive defenseman, is he listed as? Yeah, so let's put Tanev up there. He's not having a bad season. He's not having a great season either, but... Wow, look at... They were tearing it up on that bottom line there. Carlson, can you fit anywhere, my boy? I mean, I'd rather have him on the bottom pair if it's going to be that big of a deal. He was a plus 13, though. I mean, I'll keep the +1 on that line. They're not doing great. Letang -5. Chikrin, let's see if we move him up. I mean, then our two bums down there just play together, 38 and 35-year-old, just bury them down there on the bottom line. We have a very old defense, I'm noticing. 36, 35, 38, 35, and then we have our young pair in the middle, 25 and 27. But let's just go with that for a couple games and see what happens. Power play on defense, Erik Karlsson, maybe take him off the power play. He's really not doing anything too crazy. Let me go back and look at the lines to see. Celebrini -6, a little disappointing. That first line's struggling a bit. We definitely don't want to break up that second line because they are tearing it up. Maybe Drew O'Connor goes up to that top unit. No, I mean, there's nobody really there I want to take off. I don't want to move Celebrini or DeBrincat down. They definitely aren't getting it done like I would hope. Damn, I don't know what to do here. And then they're on our power play too, and they're still struggling. Frankie Vetrano, 22 goals though. I'm very happy with that. Let's see. Maybe we put Malkin. No, because we got Celebrini there. Maybe we put Malkin on the top unit and put Celebrini down on the second pair. Second unit here. Celebrini, get in there. And then I'm gonna move Rust back here, and I'm gonna see if I can get Bros some power play time. Hopefully he fits on the power play because I want him to develop, get some more points in there, so that might be a nice setup for him there. Celebrini, DeBrincat, Bros, Rust, and Chikrin, who's having himself a good season. So we'll go with those lines and see what happens. I'm gonna leave the second unit alone, like I said, because they're playing so well. I really don't want to mess that up because they are really tearing it up. Malkin, 55 points in 50 games. He's finally got some wingers. It's been the controversy here in Pittsburgh is that he's never had the wingers that Crosby has had. So that's why he has to drive his line a little bit more. But a 2-1 overtime win there. I think we still have the 3-2-1 point system in this one. I can't remember if I did that or not. Looks like it because the point totals are out of hand. 33, 18, and 2 here. We are still very comfortably in a playoff spot. Very comfortably in a playoff spot. I don't want to jinx it too much. Let's keep moving along here. See if we can get the 40 wins by the trade deadline. 2 overtime losses. We don't love that. We aren't giving up a ton of points, though. Oh, nice. 2 straight regulation wins. 104 points for us there. 10 points up still on a wild card spot. Let's keep skipping along here. A skip, hop, and a step. Another regulation win. Very nice, very nice. Can we get 2 more? Win. There we go. A nice little, what's that? 5-game winning streak. So we're gonna just keep simming along. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna end this momentum, but Boston will. But it's still a point streak. We still have a point streak right now. Let's see if we can keep the point streak going. And that's also gone. So the Rangers, while we're 14 points up, I mean, anything can happen, of course, with the 3-2-1 point system. Comebacks are a lot more possible. We cannot get our revenge against Boston there, unfortunately. Ooh, man, we're really struggling against some of these teams here. Let's see if we can get a win here before the trade deadline, and we can. Okay, so we get a nice 3 points there, and we are still up 17 points into the playoffs. A very comfortable number for me there, with not too much of the season left. Let me see lines one last time before we head into the trade deadline. Malkin is tearing it up. 66 points in 65 games. His best season in a long time. Crosby, though. What's going on? Celebrini's an 87. We like that. Crosby's not doing bad, but I mean, -3. What's up, boys? Do we need to move Bunting up to that top unit and move DeBrincat down? I think Bunting's the one making that line, second line, as beast as it is. Because look at that. Wow. Frankie Vetrano, 27 goals. Let's move Bunting up and take a little bit of that scoring off of that top unit and see if that does anything for us. Spread things around. Now I'm just nervous. Do we move DeBrincat all the way down? Then we move Rust all the way up. What kind of season is Rust having right now? Very good. +16. Wow. Only 12 minutes a night. Let's do that. Spread the wealth a little bit. Move Rust up to that top unit. Make Crosby and Celebrini drive the shit out of that line. And then Bros and O'Connor have a stud on that line with them there. Fourth line, how are we looking? Amadio, 43 penalty minutes. He's really mixing it up. Ponomarev and Podkolzin. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna switch these guys around just to mess around with it. Defense, let's take one quick look. Plus 22 for Victor Hedman, we like that. Plus 28 for Chris Tanev, we love that. -7 and a 4, so he's dropped big time. I think he was like a plus 13 last time we checked. And our bottom pairing here, Carlson's looking pretty good. Okay, so Carlson dropped to an 83. How much? 2 more years left. Oh boy. We're gonna have to ride out with that contract. I know I could probably trade him somewhat easily, but we're gonna stick with him. Bloomqvist playing great. Fleury got a couple games in there, not too bad in relief. Appointment TV. Bryson, do we want to get this guy in some playing time? I like his stats, but nobody really that I would want to take out at the moment because somebody's playing that bad. So we'll keep rocking with that. Let's take a quick look at the AHL, see how some of our guys are doing. Jaeger, not bad. Klein, holy shit, 32 goals and 20 assists. Okay. We're here for that. His first year in Wilkes-Barre, he's almost point per game, 32 goals. Wow. What's Ranta doing? -27, boys. What are we doing? This is someone I could think maybe come up in for a playoff run. His stats are so like consistent across the board. He's not great at anything, but he's like pretty solid at everything except fighting skill. 69. But a little surprising to see him struggling like that. Oh my god, why do we have such bad minuses down here in the AHL? Like, I think this is a half decent AHL team, so no real reason where they should be that bad. McDermott 150 penalty minutes. Pickering 46, 34. So maybe that's why we're on the penalty kill a lot, possibly. But I mean, that shouldn't contribute to the goals against. Geez, Sergey, 3.49. Maybe Noah Valley needs to be the starter. Let's kick him up into that top position there. But yikes. So they're struggling down there in Wilkes, even though it's a little surprising. I didn't think they should be. Maybe the coach needs to go. But let's go ahead, hop into this trade deadline. No real plan. We're going to be a buyer. And let's just see. And I'm going to maybe shoot for a little bit longer on this video, possibly. It shouldn't be too long, just because, I mean, I feel like our team's pretty well set. We don't really need to go too crazy in terms of trades or anything like that. Bobrovsky might not be a bad guy to bring in. I feel like the fans would not be happy if we sent Fleury down to the AHL, though. So we got to have the get-along gang for one more year. And like I said, hey, maybe it's giving us the luck. Steven Stamkos, they're saying we'd be interested in him. Okay. Not really. But, I mean, hey, he reunited with Victor Hedman. That's a possibility. Detroit with a big trade here. Wallman and a 3rd and a 4th for Spence and Kupalainen. Let me just look at these top guys, see if there's anybody that we want to grab. Brant Clark, I mean, he wouldn't be a bad get, but I'm not paying him. I don't have the money to pay him. His salary, his contract's about to be up, and I don't want to give up what it's going to take to get him for just 1 year, because like I said, I don't want to get rid of a lot of our picks because of our scouting staff, especially with the depth picks that we have. They're not going to be worth a ton, but I feel like we'd be able to turn those into some nice prospects. Hopefully, you never know. The game might just shaft me and give me no information on any any of the players. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to sit tight. You know what? I might just skip it. I might just skip it completely. I'm looking at these top guys. Like, would I like one of them? Maybe, but I don't want to give up what I need to give up. Because it's not like I'm rolling in prospects right now. So we're just going to skip the trade deadline. You know what? F it. F it, boys. This team is set. It's already perfect. There's no changes that need to be made. Any big trades? No? Okay. So let's go ahead and just keep simming along here. Try to get to the playoffs, maybe. Detroit and Vancouver. All right, a loss after the trade deadline, but we come back. We don't let that linger too long. 56%, nice, not bad. 41 wins already. The fans have to be ecstatic here in Pittsburgh. Let's skip through. Let's do 3 games at a time here. See what all happens. 4-1 win, 3-2. Nice win streak, boys. What do you say? Skip to this back-to-back. We lose it there. There we go. 5-1 win over Florida. Are they a good team this year? Yeah, kinda. See, I don't know if they're a playoff team. They're fighting for it. But we are comfortably in that second spot. The Islanders have already clinched 5 points up from us, so we should not be far behind. We are kind of in that President's Trophy race, too. 5 points behind them. They are number 1. And then number 2 is the Toronto Maple Leafs. So let's go keep skipping through here. Remember, we are in the 1 through 8 bracket system, so it would be a huge deal for us to get a little bit higher there, but the Islanders are not giving that up. Geez, 50, 21, and 4. The complete inverse of what they are in real life. They win every game in regulation, it seems. But we have clinched a playoff spot, so now it's going to be smooth sailing till we get to the playoffs, because all we need to do is get in, and then anything can happen, especially with the talent, young and old, that we have on this team. And there's no real, I don't think, any real repercussion to playing away, because I don't think there's any like home ice advantage built into the simulation. If you guys think there is, let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. It's not like we're stumbling into the playoffs here. Let's see if we can get a win. Would we take it? No, they have the regulation tiebreaker over us. Florida, we end the season on a 2-game losing streak. Not a huge deal. Let's see who we're going to be playing in the first round. Ooh, just talking shit on like, they playoff team, they're kind of crap. And then sure enough, they're our first round opponent here, the Florida Panthers. Let's go take a look at the full list, and let's see how our boys did for a quick season wrap up. So let's go ahead, let's view the draft class real quick too, why not, and take a look. Wow, okay, so we got all the top guys scouted. Robrecht's in here again, our boy from our other series. Okay, we got a couple possible medium elites in there. None of them look like they're ready year 1 though. Skip through here, a lot of possible elites. Who's this guy? Tero Tikkanen. Okay, nothing too crazy. A lot of possible low elites there. I want some locked in for sure, though. I'm not seeing a lot of depth in this draft, which is a little disappointing, especially after another German guy there, especially after keeping all those late round picks that we had. I was kind of hoping that we'd get a stacked up draft class here, but it's not possibly looking like it's the case. Setaguchi here, not too bad. 6'4", 17 years of age. Definitely pin him on the list. And then a couple, high starter goalie. Harry Keeler. He gone Keeler. And Sam Staios. Nice. All right, so we'll go and keep those guys pinned. We'll keep an eye on that as well throughout. Let's see. Here we go. Playoffs. Let's see what this tree looks like. Malkin led the team, 87 points. Very nice. Point per game. And here we go. Vancouver, Vegas. This series have already kicked off. Dallas, Colorado. What's new? Winnipeg, Los Angeles. I'm sure both of those teams are happy. Los Angeles doesn't have to play Edmonton for another year. And Edmonton, Minnesota. Then we got the Islanders in Boston. That should be a good one, but the Islanders are already up. Us and Florida were the 4 seed. Toronto, Detroit, and the Rangers and Buffalo. So let me know what you think of those 1 through 8 playoffs there. And then real fast, let's just take a look at our top point getters. No, Crosby was in point per game. He had 69 points. Nice. Let's see, plus minus. Who is our highest plus minus, guys? Chris Tanev with our boy Victor Hedman there. Goal lead scorers, Frankie Vatrano with 35, Crosby 33, and our boy Wonder, 19 years of age still, Macklin Celebrini. Assist-wise, Evgeny Malkin with 63 assists. Wow, just feeding the boys there. DeBrincat still did pretty well. Where's Rust? He's playing on that first line, plus 15. Bros, plus 24. We like that. We'll see if it carries into the playoffs. Then real quick, I just want to take a look at the lines of the Islanders in the next video, which will be the round 1 of the playoffs. I'll take a look at the Florida Panthers, but let's see the Islanders here. How did they do it? Who do they have on their team that's different from right now? Brock Nelson, Bo Horvat, nobody. Maybe Mangiapane. I don't think he's on their team currently. Same with Atkinson. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Defensively, Dobson's a 92. Dude, I should not have played with these rosters. Never again. I'll play with the base rosters from now on. This is insane. Sorokin, 92 overall. He's probably a big reason. Yeah, 2 goals against. Oh, wait, that's playoffs. Let's see what he did regular season. 237, 40, 48, and 18. Jesus Christ. So yeah, not gonna play with these rosters again. I think these are the Wozy, if that's how it's pronounced, ones. But I think some players are just a little inflated for what they probably should be. And that's just me guessing it. So we don't have this problem in our other GM mode, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next video we'll get into the playoffs against the Florida Panthers, hopefully led by Matthew Tkachuk. Victor Hedman is a good friend of them, so he should give us the lowdown on that and get us into a good series. But thanks for watching, boys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.